Okay, this is Lacey. She's a 3-year-old Spanish Mustang filly. She's been worked with a little bit, not much. She is real shy, real weary around men. She doesn't care for men at all. This is really only about the second time that she'll be worked in the round pen at all. Getting a halter on her is still a challenge. You can see her ears. She just doesn't care much for me. She hasn't developed the trust that she needs. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach her to move her feet. I'm going to teach her to move her hind end to the right, move her hind end to the left. I'm going to teach her to move her front end, left and right. We'll have her back up. Then we'll drive her with one rein. We'll show her how to drive, and we'll show her how to give to the pull on the halter. She'll follow the pull of that halter. We'll have her turn while I'm driving her. Being in a round pen, we'll make her move in a square, and I'll show you how we do that. And everything that I'm doing is prepping her for movements from her back. It'll all be teaching her how to move based on pressure and the pull on the halter, and it'll be prep for when I'm sitting on her back or someone else is sitting on her back asking for the same things. And if you'll watch closely, you'll see how they tie in. Another thing, I'll never ask with more pressure than I want to end up with. I'll put the lightest amount of pressure. The first request will be with the lightest amount of pressure that I can give her. I want her to respond at just almost no pressure at all when we're finished. So that's where I'll start. And I may have to escalate that pressure to get her to do what I want, but I'll begin with the smallest amount I can give. And what I'll do first is we'll move her hindquarters. I want her to do what's called a disengagement. I want her to step across with the foot that's on the side that I'm putting the pressure on. So we'll start, and we'll ask her to disengage this hindquarter. And because I'm asking for a disengagement, I'm going to want her to turn to face me. So I'm going to pull her face to me as I push her rear end. Okay, there she disengaged twice, stepped across real well. She did it with nothing but a kiss and a hand movement. You can see it again. Okay, so she disengages and steps across. You see her throw her ears back. That's part of the trust. She still does not trust me at all. She doesn't like men. She doesn't like me. Now, changing my body language, I walk up to her with a different body language, and she didn't disengage. I can immediately turn it into a disengage by changing my body language. Asking her to disengage and putting a slight pull on the halter. Then we want to do the same thing on the other side. We want to teach her the same thing on both sides. So I can step around here, change my body language, slight pull on the halter, ask for that disengagement. There's a 360-degree disengagement. That's excellent. That's excellent for a beginner. I've done this with her a little bit, and she learned. She's got it. Now, what this will translate to, eventually you'll be sitting on her back and you'll pull her nose this direction, okay? You want her to give to you, but you don't want her to move her feet until you cue that in her flank with your heel. Okay, there's the cue, and I don't know if you can see. Ow! Now that's no good. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. She just bit me, and that's not a good thing. What we'll do is we'll back her up, and we'll let her stand there. She bit me because, no. She bit me because she was aggravated. You saw the ears, you saw that action that was going on, like I was telling you, no trust. She was laying her ears back over and over and over, and she was telling me, get out of my space, get out of my space, get out of my space. I ignored it long enough that she reached over and bit me. So, we'll start again. Say I'm on her back. Easy, easy, easy. Say I'm on her back, and I give her a gentle pull, that got her riled up enough that she's not going to calm back down for me. So we'll just keep moving her feet. I'll go ahead now. Now we're going to move to her front end. We're going to move her front end over with pressure there. That's what we're looking for, was that step across with this leg right here. When you're sitting on her back, you would pull her with this right rein and you'd tap her right here and you'd ask her to step across right there and then step out. Okay? Now we're going to ask her to turn back to us. Going to bring her across. We'll do the same thing. We'll move that front end. We'll move that front end away this time. There was the step across. There's the step across. Now we'll lead her out. We'll turn her. She's pretty riled up, so she's not being a really good girl. But all of these things will translate to being